What's up with?
Hey.
How y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, let the people know who y'all are.
Alright, so I'm Brittany.
And I'm Neisha Lachey. This is Talk That Talk Podcast.
With Neisha and Bree.
Okay.
Yeah, and about advice.
Tell the people about each other individually.
Okay, so I guess with Brittany Breon, I guess with the podcast, I'm the single one. I'm the single one, so I'm giving perspective from a single woman and dating and, all the logistics of that. And, Neisha Lachey.
I'm the married one, and they automatically think that I'm the quiet one, or that, like if we post something on our page and there's something kind of out there, they assume it's Brittany. But in reality, I'm a little bit more reserved until we get somebody on there that kind of like take me there. Then you'll see me get real loud, or so.
Yeah, I definitely kind of get that vibe from just listening to some of y'all shows, y'all podcasts. You seem like the more reserved one, and she seem like the motherfucker. You got me fucked up.
What you say? You know the vibes.
How did you guys come about starting the podcast?
Yeah, so I reached out to Brittany. I actually wanted to do this, okay. When I was in middle school, I used to be like a mediator, right? So I would bring people together to sit them down and hash out their issues. I wanted to do that on camera. I wanted to bring people together that have been beefing and like let them talk it out. And Brittany was like, we should just do a podcast. I mean, you in Houston, I'm in St. Louis, like that's a lot going on. So it was really her idea. And you have been like doing stuff like that by yourself, right?
Yeah, I had started just recording myself. I was like getting out of a 5-year relationship. So I was just kind of in that headspace of like, I ain't going back. So I was like recording myself and just talking about different stuff that was going on in media. And I was just like sending it to my friends, like, how that sound? Then I sent it to Neisha and she was like, that sounds really good. Yeah, I'm down. Let's do a podcast.
I don't know what that means for real. I never heard a podcast. I'm like, yeah, shit, let's do that.
Right. So, yeah.
What type of things were you recording? Like you said, like things in the media?
So first I started recording stuff that I see like on the Shade Room. Okay. So if I saw something
like
in regards,
blogging? Like blogging on
blogs in general, right? Okay. Yeah. So stuff that I see on blogs, and I'll kind of like reference that to what I was going through. Mm-hmm. So if I saw somebody like going through cheating scandals and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, this person going through this and that, and when I was going through that, I did this. So it's kind of like I was just, I don't know, it was like therapy.
It was a release.
Yeah,
right? It was a release. Same thing with our podcast. It became just a release where we could talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, don't listen. You know what I'm saying? So it was a release.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys speak about like a lot of relationship topics, just being motherhood, things like that.
Yeah.
And also like self-care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. With you going through the breakup, how was that bounce back?
Ooh, the bounce back was real, okay? Even like when I listened to like our earlier podcast episodes versus like now, you can see the growth in me and the bounce back,
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess when like the bounce back, I don't know. Like I never looked back after that.
Even in the beginning of the episodes, we offline, you might have been going through some of them episodes. This is Brittany Breon, and we this and we that, and
action.
You giving all the, giving
right.
all the vibes. So I don't know if you really put your bounce back or that part really out there.
Yeah, and I don't think it was necessarily a bounce. I don't know.
You was already kind of bouncing.
I would say not necessarily bounce back. I just say more so. How was the recovery phase? Like before, it's like that's 5 years, that's a long time.
Like healing is what you're asking.
Yeah.
Oh, the healing is mad real, okay? And that's something that if with the podcast, I talk about a lot. What I need to do to heal or what I did to heal. One of the biggest things I feel like that I went through to heal was accepting what it was. 5-year relationship, you get into this phase of thinking like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. I had a child with this person, so we supposed to be together. We supposed to make this work. Once I accepted the fact that, hey, this is just not gonna work. I feel like that was, it was just up from there, accepting what it was. So, yeah. Does that answer the question?
I think so.
Yeah, pretty much. No, that was
I think so.
Was that the vibe, the circle vibe?
Yeah.
It's okay.
And like I said, you speak about self-love. Was it, like you say, some people, they get kind of lost in relationships, especially being so young. You kind of forget yourself. You want to be this all for this other person that you kind of lose who you are. And next thing you know, you just like, you look up like, what the fuck?
Like,
Yeah.
So with you, like, with you being married, like, how long have you been married?
It'll be 11 years in June.
11 years.
Yeah.
So, like, I know I've been in a relationship. My relationship I've been in was 7 years.
Oh.
And
That's a long time.
Yeah. So just being in a relationship alone, you go through a lot. I say that you go through a lot. You go through the ups and downs, especially like with me. Just speak off my own experience, being so young, coming in this relationship with somebody. They, both have different upbringings, but it's like similar. Like you have toxic behaviors.
Yeah, that's real.
So and then our fault, we just going off, things we seen as we was growing up.
Yeah.
So like, how was that growth from like the beginning of your relationship until now, 11 years later?
I mean, I feel like this. When me and him got together, even before we got married, we were 17. So the hardest challenge is growing into your individual person, who you're going to be as an adult and still being able to gel. You know what I'm saying? I think, of course, it's a challenge because we both going through different things, whether that's on your job, we have children now, so it's a lot more involved. But when it comes to growth, it's like every day you really have to put your best foot forward with that person. You have to try to be better than you were yesterday. You have to be patient with this person. When you're talking about growth, I can't expect you to be the same person you was at 17. And that's something I even have to tell myself. Like, I'll find myself like, when we was 17, you was doing this or you was acting this way. Then I got to check myself because he's a grown-ass man and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, in order to grow in a relationship, whether it's a marriage or not, you have to give that person room to grow. You can't force them to grow at your pace. And you got to be patient. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Exactly. With being in a relationship, you both are mothers.
Yeah.
How was it becoming a new mother? Like, how was I'll say this. Becoming a new mother, and like you said, you've been in a relationship before the relationship, I'm sure you've been together with this person. But like, how did that change your relationship? Bringing the baby into the equation.
Yeah. Honestly, for us, it helped because we was 19. It helped us to gel because from the jump, he was such a good dad. And I'll be honest with you, in some ways, I'm like, damn, he's more nurturing than me. But he was such a good father from the beginning that I had to really just kind of get myself in line because me and Brittany, before kids, before getting a serious relationship, we party. Yeah. We like going parties, we like kicking it, hanging out. Now I'm somebody's mom. Then I quickly became somebody's wife. So I had to really align my life in a direction I wanted it to go,
For me, I feel like before I had my son, my oldest son, well, I have two children, right? So my son and my daughter, but I had my son at 19. So before then, I feel like I kind of was just doing what I was supposed to do. I didn't really have purpose of doing anything. It was like I was in college, I was working, I was, doing what I was supposed to do, still having fun and all that stuff. But then when I had my son, it kind of was like, okay, you gotta really have a plan. Like I feel like I was kind of just going day by day. Had him, okay, you need to be making this much about this, around this year, you need to be having this type of car. Like he gave me that motivation, that drive, that purpose to like, okay, you really don't have to get it. So yeah. I think, for the best.
I agree.
So, like I said, bringing a baby into a relationship where it's the first child or not, it kind of changes the relationship in a way, not dramatically, but sometimes it is, where a person may feel like unappreciated, where I'm doing all this and you just so lax about everything.
Yeah.
How was you able to balance, being a mother and also still keeping that romance?
That's deep. I'm gonna tell you, to be completely honest with you, it's still something I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? Because when I look around, a lot of conversation will be like, we got this bill, we got this kid, we got this doctor's appointment, we got this, and it becomes very routine because we have to make sure that we're taking care of all this business. So it's still a challenge. It's still something I'm learning to be able to take some steps back and even disconnect. And I'm gonna be even with the podcast. I'm trying to learn to find that balance. You know what I mean? To make sure that he doesn't feel like he's not appreciative, like I don't appreciate him, or that I'm not being romantic, and vice versa. So it's still a challenge. Like I said, it's just really every day trying to be better than before. But the older my kids get, honestly, and then like the little one just got out the bedroom, so you know we really like, okay, it's our time, you know. So I think just really taking and instilling those moments whenever you can, and just making sure that person feels treasured, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. Like you say, it works both ways, you know, with the mother and the father.
Yeah.
You know, because like I'm a father myself. Like I said, behind the scenes, you know, guys, they kind of like they don't speak up out a lot. They kind of just keep it all in. But we do a lot too, just as well as the mother. I think just society paints this picture where the mother, they just, you know, father, they nurture, but we nurture in a different way.
Right. That's true.
You know, that's where like, you know, one family household comes to play where it's kind of, you know, better productive for the child, whether the parents are together or not. You know, as long as they can be on one accord, as long as when they come to the kid, it kind of helps nurture the kids and make them become more successful in life.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Brittany.
Yeah. Brittany.
Your second child, your daughter. I know that you believe that you spoke about that you went through like
the 5-year relationship.
No. I'm just saying you went through like complications with giving birth for her.
Yes. Yeah.
How was that experience?
So when I want to say like 4 or 5 months, I started to bleed, right? So basically my doctor said that I was having a threatening miscarriage. So basically what that meant was any day, you know, maybe you will have the baby. It's a 50-50 chance. I feel like to this day that still was the most like traumatizing experience I went through, because, you know, I just basically was putting in my head like it's a possibility that my baby, you know, I would have to give birth to a stillborn child, you know what I mean? And then I kept bleeding months, so I was just like, you know, I don't know. But I feel like that was crazy. That was very I don't know, it was traumatizing. So hopefully I never go through that again.
Does it kind of make you fear of having another child? Like, is it stressful, like just the thought of having another child?
Yes, absolutely. Because I'm a spiritual person, so I'm not sure, you know, the spiritual, whatever the case may be. I remember getting on my knees one day, and I remember just one of those, you know, ugly cries and all that, and I was just like, listen, if it comes down to it, I would, you know, just let me give birth to this child, and in exchange for giving birth to her, you can take me. And I meant it. So, you know, I guess the mother's love. Yeah. Some mothers, you know.
My kid's mother went through that with our son.
Really? Yeah.
She went through that with our son, like when it came to having our daughter, she was kind of scared.
Yeah,
I think she was it was like at birth when she was having a difficult.
Oh,
like it really like it was like some fluids or something on her. Or something. I can't remember like the exact term they used. Yeah, that was pretty like just scary for me to go through it with her.
Yeah, and I can imagine like you having your emotions, but then you got to be her support system. You know, so.
Yeah, I talk about a lot on your podcast. You another thing you spoke about was one of your friends snitching on you about that she broke the girl code.
She did. I don't know why she told. I can't say the name, but I don't know why she told the dude that. Remember, she got mad at me, and then she called him and was like, she been cheating on you.
Did we talk about that?
We did talk about that. I forgot that. But yeah, she did. It is what it is. I mean, we were young though. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe she wants to fuck with me.
I say maybe. That's probably what's the thing I can think of. When I heard, I'm like, oh.
He still was around, so it didn't work. Yeah. So, it is what it is.
I'm saying, why like women like? It's like guys, they be like more like clumsy. You be like, you kind of be sneaky, but you don't be like,
They ain't really that sneaky.
You hear me? Women, they have you probably just sit around drunk birds this nigga or something. You right there. You never know. Oh look.
Well, I'm single, so you know. I mean, when that happened, I was like a teenager guy, so you know, don't judge my life. But I agree. I feel like, I guess the question is kind of like, as far as cheating women versus men, why like the men are so sloppy. I think men are so sloppy because they get so angry about it. Meaning, like, if you ask them, hey, you know, such and such, why you keep asking me about her? Well, I don't know her. Oh, okay, say less. But a woman, oh, how you know him? Oh, that's my homegirl, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like we real, like, you know, what you mean? Yeah. So
I know me myself. I know if a girl say, she say, try to bring her a friend into, I'm gonna call her and prove. I don't even believe you now.
Oh yeah,
Don't
that don't mean a damn thing.
Once you call out, it's already. I think you're lying already.
Yeah, your friend is automatically
right. I call Neisha and be like, "What's up with you?" And Neisha lives in Houston.
I'm in Houston.
Wasn't I just with you last night? Duh. Like, duh.
Let's say, go back to the self-care. You guys actually have like a journal.
We do, yes. Like journal.
We look at it.
All that good stuff.
What's in the journal? Like affirmations or something like that?
We do. We have affirmations as well as like where they can date.
Yeah.
And we actually give them starters for like Monday, for instance. It says, I'm choosing happiness because, and then they can just start writing, you know, what they're choosing the happiness for and all that good stuff. So yeah.
Okay. How big do you want this podcast to be? Like what? Like are you looking for sponsorships and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it would be great if we had sponsorships. We love to network and partner with people. I want the brand to grow because Brittany and I, we like to do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Whether that's writing, talking,
acting,
dancing. Like we like to do a lot of things. I don't want our podcast to be closed off to just us talking.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I want to reach people. You know what I'm saying? In any capacity. So even if we have. Well, I mean, we got more than that, but let's say we have 500 followers, but them 500 people really rock with Talk That Talk, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
If one person come and say, Brittany or Tanisha, something y'all said really helped me, I'm good with that.
Which they do.
Yeah, because we enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So
it seems like I listen, I can like a phone conversation. Like
that's the vibe. And I feel like we're also very authentic in what we're saying, because like I feel like if I can talk about some things that I went through and somebody listens to it and like, damn, I'm going through that as well. Yeah. And look at how she is now.
Right.
Look at how happy she is now. Like,
you can get there.
You can get there.
I mean, Brittany didn't cry on the episode, so y'all know like it's real. And we don't practice or nothing. We just get on.
Y'all be having your kids in the background.
Yeah, your kids be laughing.
My baby, she's look, both our daughters.
My daughter will cry. Like, listen, but it's like. If you a mother, you can't turn it off.
Yeah.
You know, but that don't mean that we don't have a voice because you a mom. So whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let people know like they want to get your book or I know it's on Anchor, but you guys can probably let the people know where they can listen to your podcast, where they can get your book at.
Sure. So for the book, the journal, you can self-care journal. You can get it on NeishaandBree.BigCartel.com. It's $8, you know. So go ahead and
nothing expensive. And we literally wrote in each page of the book. It's not just a journal. We literally have given tools that you can use to help get you through those moments. Or how we say, I'm choosing myself because we tell you why it's so important to choose yourself. And then where to reach us, you can email us, talkthattalk@pc@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, talk_that_talk_podcast on Instagram. We're on Facebook, Talk That Talk with Neisha and Bree on Facebook, and we're gonna start putting exclusive content on YouTube very soon. It'll be Brittany and Tanisha on YouTube.
Yes.
Will it be video or just still audio?
No, it's gonna be video, but it's not just gonna be our regular podcast. It'll be something a little different. Yes. That's what we're working on today. So I came into St. Louis so we can start, like I saed, building that brand.
Yes. So we got something dropping real soon.
Coming
real soon.
They got another story time.
People are asking about the story time. So
we gotta do that pussy is power. I don't know if y'all heard the pussy is power story time, but we really got into that pussy is power.
Yeah, I listened to the what is it, pleasure? Vision and pleasure.
Yeah. Neisha wrote that one.
Okay, that's my next question. Yeah, right to it.
We do.
Yeah. So like how we usually do it is she'll write one, and then we just both act it out.
Yeah.
Or I'll write one and act it out. Like she did Business is Pleasure 1 and 2.
Right.
Then I did Pussy is Power.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we got more coming.
We got more coming, yeah.
Okay. Let people know they can find you on social media. Well, you just did that.
We did, yeah. Everywhere.
Everywhere. Talk That Talk
Google
podcast.
Yeah, you
can Google us.
Google
We're on Google.
Yeah, you can Google Talk That Talk with Neisha and Bree, and it'll actually take you to all of our links as well.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. It's coming to a closing here. Happy Mother's Day to
Thank
you
you.
both.
Thank you.
Guess
This
I don't
coming
see
up.
you. Yeah, it's next weekend. Also, before we leave, what kind of advice or piece of information can you leave with the people?
What I always say, I guess this is my phrase, is, you know, don't place yourself or let someone else place you in a box. You don't have to be, like, I'm a wife. I don't have to be a certain kind of wife. I don't have to be a certain kind of mother. I don't have to be perfect for nobody but myself. And that's what I think the viewers should do. You know, try to be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
And stop trying to live to please other people, because you're never going to please everybody.
Yeah.
So, you know, please yourself. Live to please yourself.
Yes, I piggyback exactly on what you're saying. Like, I feel like people should do whatever makes them happy. Like you said, you can't please everybody. You gotta do what makes you happy, whatever that means. Whatever happiness
Stop
means to
judging
you.
people.
Yes, and the judgment,
Yes,
like
stop it.
whatever you need to do to make yourself happy. Like, you know, it is. That's the best.
Find that
advice.
thing and do that thing.
Yeah, whatever that is, whatever the vibes are.